to. Bigfoot's real, the truth in you. Science, sense, and grace combined. This is all it's time to shine. Mystery solved, it's time to shine. Squatch-D brings it live. Steve and Chris, they're gonna fly. Those go unturned, the facts alive. Bigfoot story now defined. Footsteps here and shadows there. In the woods they do prepare. Concepts are like the way. Bigfoot secrets shown today. Sunday night on fire to shine. Sunday night it's time to shine. Squatch-D, it's time to shine. Sunday night on fire to shine. Sunday night on fire to shine. Squatch is all, it's time to shine. Squatch is all, it's time to shine.
Welcome to Squatch-D TV, where the truth is first before all else. Join your hosts, veteran investigator, TV personality, and author Steve Kulls, and from the Kentucky Bigfoot Research Project and the Kentucky Fried Fixes channel, Chris Bennett. Sit back and prepare to take yourself on a journey with the longest-running Bigfoot podcast, Squatch-D TV. Here are your hosts, Steve and Chris.
And good evening, cyberspace. Welcome to Squatch-D TV for today's date, October 25th, 2024, for your Friday night Bigfoot episode. I'm your host, your guide, the Squatch Detective, Steve Kulls, along with my co-host right down there, Mr. Chris Bennett. Hello, Chris.
Good to see you, Steve, man. We're getting close to Halloween. That's the only day of the year people always hand me candy for some reason. Don't know why, but it works for me.
So you know what I do is I go to the market and I get a bunch of fish. See, I don't call it trick or treat. I call it trick or trout. There you go.
Trouting. Oh,
yeah. Hand out of it.
I'm not crazy.
Everybody likes a good white fish.
I'm not crazy for fish, but the wife loves fish. She could eat fish every day of the year, and I would, not crazy about it. Once a month is good enough. But how's things been going for you in New York, Mr. Kulls?
It's been a horrible week.
Been rough.
Obviously, I was so fed up Wednesday. That's why we didn't have a Wednesday night episode. I was grumpy, cranky, and just fed up.
Well, it can be frustrating, especially when you have some shenanigans like is going on in the background.
Right, and the thing is, I don't think it's intentional shenanigans, but it still happened, and that just irritates me to no end. And we'll get into it in a minute.
Yeah.
But no, it's been sunny. It's a little cooler now. Like right now, it's 48 degrees. Wind is at 5 miles per hour. Because now I have my new Weather Center widget all set to go here.
My calendar widget, weather station in New York. Yes, yep.
And
the moon is waning or waxing. What we got?
That I don't know. I said weather station, not.
Don't have the phases of the moon. Okay, all right.
Yep. Hey, let's do our roll call in chat while we got the time here. And first in tonight was Sharon. Good to see you, Sharon. Walter Kroll in next. Karen Fisher. Jay Charlotte, good to see you. Walter Kroll. I think we already said Walter Kroll. Jay Carey, good evening, sir. Tracy Benna, hello. Angel Nolan, what's happening? Jen, what's going on? Gary Johnson Sr., good to see you. Roy Longley, hello. The lurker has represented.
Roy is our lurker representative. We appreciate you, Roy, and all our lurkers out there. Hello to you guys, too.
Right, and he says, please hit that like button. And Don come out Jr. Hello, Don. Good to see you. Who else? Just Steve. Just Steve is in the house as well. Good to see you, sir. So that's who we got representing in the chat right now.
Good. All right.
And hello to our numbers of lurkers. And hello to all our new stations off of Spreaker.
Yeah. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yep. Hey, and it's Robert Nunciata is in the house as well. He made a live show again. So
Robert, welcome. Welcome to the live stream.
All right, Walter, let's not get carried away. It only gives me the wind. Not really the wind in the forecast.
Humidity has been an issue here. I mean, with the cooler weather, it's been kind of dry outside. But as the air conditioner's no longer on, thank goodness. But when people cook spaghetti in the kitchen and stuff, and we don't have the air conditioner to remove all that humidity,
it gets warm in the house.
Yeah, it's like you're breathing pure water.
So my house, I don't believe it or not, with all the trees I have around me, I'm actually surrounded by no trees. So I get a lot of sunlight on the house.
Yeah.
But the house is insulated really well. So, I'll bring it up to heat. And by the daytime, like today, the heat's been off all day.
Yeah.
Right. It's 48 degrees. The heat's off and the house is still at temperature, holding its temperature. And
I like this time of year. Don't really have to have the heat on very much. And you don't need that air conditioner. So it's good to go. Love to save that electricity money.
The very nice thing is eventually you're going to put some solar panels in that house, and boy, will that generate some electricity because of the amount of sunlight I get. Because my house faces, that east to west, so it's the entire day of sunlight. It's not north south where it gets maybe part of it.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Solar is great, and it's really cheap now. If you know where to shop, if you buy the used panels, which are fine, they're great. You can put up solar on your house cheap, and it doesn't matter if you believe in global warming or you don't. All solar does is just you produce your own electricity for a little bit of your monthly bill.
Well, it's amazing. I got these companies that are knocking on doors saying, "Oh, we represent a solar farm, and if you subscribe to us, we can get you 10% off on your electric bill." I'm like, "No, thank you."
Yeah, that's right.
Why do I want to spend $14 a month to say $17 a month?
Right.
Or $20 a month when I can install my own and save $80 a month.
Whatever it makes, you're saving. Right. That's right.
So
good stuff. Love it. Doesn't matter how you feel about the environment. Solar is good.
Yeah.
Now, I don't mean, those guys that knock on your door and say, "Oh man, we can install solar for $50,000." No. Nothing like that. I'm talking $2 to $3 grand. Stick them up there yourself, and then enjoy it for 25 years or however long.
Harbor Freight is selling panels for like $80 a pop.
Yeah, depending on the size. I bought, I know we're getting off the subject here, but we're on solar, so that is kind of good for the environment. But I bought 40 panels a couple of years ago from Santan Solar, and they don't sponsor the channel or anything, and I paid full price for my panels, but they were cheap. I spent like $1,200-$1,300 for 40 panels. 40. And these are like 250 watt panels or 235 watt panels, something like that. It's just unbelievable.
Well, I know when it's time for me to buy, I know who I'm going to talk to, where to get them.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, you talk to somebody that's cheap. They'll tell you where to get all the good prices at, guaranteed. Or frugal, more polite word, frugal. Yes. But I know I'm cheap.
I'm sorry. I took a sip of my drink and it went down the wrong pipe.
Well, yeah, you can't really breathe that stuff. Hang in there.
Yep. Now I'm there. So anyway, tonight, we got a few topics to talk about tonight, obviously. And in case people are wondering why the grumpiness is because the other night, we got a copyright, not a strike, but they demonetized the video, which right now it's in dispute, for using the Patterson Gimlin film from a company that doesn't even have the copyright to the Patterson Gimlin film.
They don't own the rights to it. Yeah.
They just happened to put it in their documentary 4 months ago, and it wasn't even the same video. Like, if you notice that they're only showing the portion where it's walking, we have the entire film.
Right.
That was all on one film. So they, obviously right now money is that video is not monetized, which is kind of annoying because they've taken our monetization away until such time that this dispute is resolved. And considering that's got almost 1,000 downloads, that's a little friggin' annoying.
Well, see, and that's the thing too. They don't own the copyrights. They don't own the rights. Okay. But even if they did, we used it fair use. Okay, during the show. It was not an issue of, oh, well, you stole our film and you're trying to make money. No, it didn't come from them. No.
Right. And the sad thing is I can't get a straight answer, but apparently it's one of the YouTube bots that did it, and they won't fix it. So now every time we show the Patterson Gimlin film, it's going to flag for copyright.
This is nuts. This is nuts.
Yeah. Very annoying. And I've reached out to the channel that has that, asking them to resolve that with expedience. That email has gone unanswered for 2 friggin' days because they want our monetization. They want our money. So if it's going to run the 30 days, it may take a couple of months to get that money, but we're going to fight this tooth and nail. I could have trimmed it out, but enough is freaking enough.
Well, these things happen. And in YouTube, this has seemed to be a more common thing that it shouldn't be happening, but it is. Like if the video gets flagged, somebody from the YouTube team, and we love you guys too, somebody should monitor the video, give it a quick watch, and see what's going on. Well, is this fair use or is this violation of the copyright? Well, obviously this is fair use. And then boom, that's it, problem solved. But they don't do that. They don't do that.
Well, it depends. If I'm a channel, if a bot does it, it doesn't give you a copyright strike. They just demand. They don't even take the video down, right? Which makes no sense. If I'm a creator and I strike it, then they take the video down until you can prove that you used the right. And of course, pardon the French, but we had some asshole back in March not liking our reviews about his content and about his pardon the French again, fuckery. And he purposely copyright striked the channel like a crying little biatch to try to punish us. And of course that strike got lifted after, 14 days because we disputed it and he never said anything. Well, he couldn't. And it wasn't even his video. It was the stupid, that Cass River, video or that we only showed a clip of. So,
well.
So, and the funny thing is the channel that striked us, it looks like they're chopping up old documentary interviews and putting it into their own videos. So but they're doing stuff even, that okay, if you're not going to add commentary to it and you're creating this as a documentary using other people's material, that's copyright theft there.
Yeah.
Right? That's copyright theft. So here's this channel, stealing other people's material because they're not providing commentary for it. They're incorporating into their own documentaries, right?
Right. Now, if they would showed the video and the interview and then had a discussion about it, that's a whole different story there, but they're just using other people's stuff to make their own documentary. That's not right.
Thank you, Walter.
Walter. Man,
thank you so much, brother.
What a guy. I can't believe you guys. Thank you so much, Walter.
And like I say, folks, if you like what we have on the membership, and I know right now we haven't been putting much content on there because it's been a little bit hectic here over the last few weeks. It's been we will be, but if you like what you see on the membership stuff, stick in there. It's only 99 cents a month, and it helps to support this channel and good research. So we appreciate that, and we appreciate Walter and people gifting memberships. It really helps the channel a bit.
And it does help when they demonetize our videos, you know.
That's true.
Every penny helps.
Yeah, especially with the 100% increase of StreamYard's price.
Oh, yes.
I should say 80%, not 100%.
Every time you go buy a pound of hamburger at the store, it costs more than it did last week.
Walter said he did that in honor of the word.
Well, oopsies.
Yeah, well.
Well, Steve sometimes is a little emotionally charged, and with good reason. It's not
no. The guy that purposely, actually, the two idiots that purposely copyright strike their channel because they're buddies. They're both assholes, and I will not take that back. If I ever see them at a conference, they're gonna have me in their face. And I'm going to call them out in front of everybody if I ever see them at a conference. They want to use stuff on fair use. The minute I do, they want to strike me just to say F you. So you know what? They're going to get it if I ever see them at a conference. That's the bottom line.
I've done some research on some of those channels that get like thousands of views on their videos. And a lot of those views seem to be coming from...
There's one channel, and I'm even going to mention them tonight, the Squatch Mafia, which just steals other people's documentaries and puts it up on their channel. How they are surviving and getting away with that is beyond me. And here's a channel that's trying to do it right, and we're constantly being harassed. Yes. Right? Constantly.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Right. So,
well, what we could do, we could talk to Patricia Patterson and then officially license the video from her and then copyright strike every other episode of it on YouTube, every channel. But boom, well, I've got the license.
Right.
But that would be mean. That would be rude. And we don't want to do stuff like that.
Right.
Though we could. We're not going to do stuff like that. But it's just nonsense. I don't know why they do this.
Right.
But it's hard to stay positive, and I apologize.
And listen, I am not against anybody, using stuff in fair use. In fact, if you look at the disclaimer on squatchdetective.com, what does it say? That you can use any portion of anything on this website, provided that you give it credit, number one, and number two, you do not alter the content from its original purpose. That's it.
Yeah, Jay. Yeah, Jay, I call that channel the Big Rock Candy Mountain Sasquatch.
Right, exactly. And that guy, decides to hit us with a copyright strike.
Ridiculous, yeah. But that's just the way it goes.
Yep.
And speaking of channels, hey, HBM's Crypto Corner, Henry May's channel. Check it out. He did a really great episode last week. Had a lot of good stuff on it. Good stuff. Just the other day. I said last week. It's just the other day. But HBM's Crypto Corner. And he does a UFO corner too, which is really good. He did an episode on the Canadian UFOs that were witnessed by the Canadian Air Force pilots and stuff. Or officers. I don't know if they're pilots. But good, interesting stuff. Henry's doing some top shelf work here lately. Thank you, Henry. I appreciate it. Oh, you're muted, babe. Oh, no.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah.
The problem is my mute button only works when I'm on the screen. So anyway, this article came from squatchable.com, and we appreciate that, even though they did get my name wrong.
Well, they're getting closer.
That's it.
Getting closer. Yeah.
This was actually posted last month, and it said, in the latest video from the Bigfoot Mystery, Squatch-D TV host Steve Kulls, will change that for them, and Chris Bennett, bring their unique blend of humor and expertise to the world of Bigfoot research. The duo, who are known for their long-running Bigfoot podcast, are always entertaining and informative, and this video is no exception.
Very kind.
Very kind. In this particular episode, Steve and Chris discuss a variety of topics, from their new intro music, which has been a hit with viewers, to a missing persons case that Steve has been working on for 10 years. They also touch on the topic of Sasquatch involvement in missing persons cases, which is sure to be of interest to many in the Bigfoot community. Throughout the video, Steve and Chris keep the mood light and fun, even when discussing more serious topics. They are clearly passionate about their work, and their enthusiasm is contagious. The pair also take time to acknowledge and thank their viewers, many of whom are regulars in the chat. One of the things that sets the Bigfoot Mystery Squatch-D TV apart from other Bigfoot-focused content is their commitment to keeping the focus on the mystery itself, rather than getting bogged down in politics or religion. This allows them to connect with a wide audience, and their viewers appreciate the sense of community they have created. Overall, this video from the Bigfoot Mystery Squatch-D TV is a must-watch for anyone interested in Bigfoot research. Steve and Chris are knowledgeable, entertaining, and always bring something to the table. Be sure to check out their YouTube channel and podcast for more great content. So that was awesome, man. So
awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you to squatchable.com. That was really nice.
Thank you. That was very nice. We appreciate you guys.
Yes. So. Wow.
That makes me feel good. Thank you.
Sure does. Yeah. And it's nice to get recognized once in a while. I don't do it for the recognition, but it's nice to know that you try to make a difference. And that's the important thing. Like getting onto the Bigfoot influencers book and stuff like that, it's kind of a realization like, wow, I guess I am making a difference, or I guess we are making a difference with this show. And that's huge. And we see our numbers climb every day, and welcome to all the new subscribers as well. I'm sorry it took so long to get to that, but we
appreciate each and every one of you. And it's such an honor that you guys would hang out with us. We appreciate it. And we love our audience because you guys are awesome. I mean, we couldn't ask for any better. We could not.
We are going to avoid this. Maybe we'll have that discussion on Sunday about the Bigfoot little tryst. Somebody was claiming to have a Bigfoot tryst with somebody. I got to actually review that episode. That's going to be quite interesting. Of course, that was on Sasquatch Odyssey with Brian Sharp. And he's like, hey, I'm just reporting this, but is what it is.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta, put the old media hat on and
just let people talk.
Right.
Yeah. Now, I'll give you a good example of that. Well, first, let's go into this particular thing. Somebody was trying to circulate this as a UFO or UAP photo. None of which had the 5 observables that Lou Elizondo talks about. It was just one single photograph, which I always kind of find suspect. No video. When your phone has, the capability of video, maybe this was a screen grab of a video. It looks like they're shooting into the sun, so it's pretty bright. So a lot of it's washed out. To me, that is a Predator drone, and this was taken over Worcester, Mass. And if anybody and it was headed westerly. And if anybody knows that if you follow I-90 all out to the west, you actually come to an Air Force base in Syracuse, which they do drone refueling from. So they have Predators fly into there. This possibly could even be a Sky Guardian, which is a domestic Predator drone that they use. But, some of the features, like the tail features, obviously are washed out by the sun because it's much thinner pieces. The wings are very thinner pieces. So what you're getting is a lot of washout. But to me, that looks like a drone. Just by the head of it, you can tell that's a drone. you know, the conversation back to me was, oh, we check flights. There was no flights, and we checked the radar. Well, I got news for folks. I happen to use quite often something called Flight Aware, and Flight Aware. I'm actually going to show everybody this real quick. It's really cool. Let me just find it. There it is. So I'm going to pull up the flight radar here. And if I go over here, I think I can present this to the stream. Share screen and application window. And oops, I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to move that over to here. There we are. And now I should be able to, if I hit this, and this is just some of the stuff that we do. This is how deep. And now let's try this. There we are. So if I look at this, add this to the stage.
There we go. Yeah.
These are just military flights going on right now. And like, if I want to zoom in on one, but here's the interesting thing. If I go over to a place, and the nice thing is this is worldwide. If I go over to a place like Ukraine, and my guess is you notice we're very close to the Ukraine border there.
Right.
My guess is if you kick on this, that's a KC-135 Stratotanker. Right? So that's a U.S. Air Force, United States Air Force Stratotanker. And you can see other planes like that one belongs to Poland, and that belongs to the government of Poland. So, but that's just some of the things we can do with Flight Aware.
Cool. Yep.
But here's the thing. Earlier today, I was watching a Stratofortress moving towards, and that is an electronic surveillance plane. Well, wouldn't you know, before that got to, it was heading in the direction of Ukraine, and it got within maybe 75 miles of the border, and it disappeared from radar.
Imagine that.
Because they turned their transponders off.
Yeah. Yep.
The government doesn't want to know our predators are flying out there.
Right. Yeah.
Especially when they're on high intelligence missions.
You guys would be shocked if you knew what our government can do, especially the Air Force.
Right.
You know, their planes, they can be hidden from radar easily. And if they want you to see them, they can put reflectors on them so you can see them. And
as we learned on 9/11, we can do that as well.
Yeah.
When those commercial planes turn their transponders off, they could barely find them.
Right.
Because they show up on the screen, but they don't know what type of aircraft they are. They don't know what flight number they are. And if they're in an area where the radar isn't so good, they don't see them at all.
Yeah.
You know, so, that's why they kept asking pilots for visual confirmation, because they couldn't see them. And that's why they, once you turn that transponder off, that's it. You disappear from radar, or you lose a lot of your markings. And then if you fall off of the radar, go into one of those dead zones.
Well, I think they probably still got you on radar, but you don't have that transponder squawking your identification.
And Lori, 100%. They're not connected to Sasquatch at all. We've talked about that on the channel before as well, and they're definitely not connected. But one other thing I want to talk about tonight. One other thing I want to talk about is this article that came out in the Star, the Daily Star. And I've taken out some of the particulars, the people involved, the actual conference that happened. But so this is how the article reads. And this is what makes Bigfoot researchers look really friggin' bad. They make this look so bad. These people were on my friends list. I booted them because it just irritated me to no end. I don't want nothing to do with these people because they actually said this to a representative of the media. Speaking at an annual convention, eccentric couple, redacted, added another layer of intrigue to the Sasquatch legend. The alarming claims were made to Channel 5's Andrew Callaghan earlier this month. Blah, blah, blah added, they're interdimensional, which is another reason why we can't see where they're going. We can't see where they're going or where they're coming from. Some can run up to 100 miles an hour and keep up with cars. There are eyewitnesses. It doesn't make any sense, but that's what they saw. The others who spoke at the convention claimed that large ape men arrived with aliens and helped out to build the pyramids. Right? Oh. And then we have another guy who says, I'm part of their clan, who runs his own YouTube channel where he discusses conspiracy theories. There's one Bigfoot with me wherever I go. The aliens came here to take gold from our land. They brought the Bigfoot to protect them from the dinosaurs while they mined the gold. That's why they're the first people. They came here ages ago. They don't trust the government. In the 1960s, the CIA took a cryptid and tried to capture it. Well, they took a cryptid and tried to. They put cameras on it, but it disappeared in a puff of smoke. The CIA hasn't touched them.
Hey, that last sentence, I would agree with that.
Yeah, the CIA hasn't
touched them.
Right.
Oh, man. Boy, this is we are heavy on the woo here. I mean, we've got Bigfoot aliens. We've got 100-mile-an-hour running Bigfoot. We have interdimensional, and that's not even original. Come on now. We just did a show here a while back. We replayed the Eric Beckford episode, and that's what he believed, that they were interdimensional.
And the fact that I'm pretty sure that this entire conference had people just stacked because this particular group is very cliquish and they have all like-minded people in there. So imagine going to this Bigfoot conference and hearing all this bullshit, pardon my French, because that's what it is. There's no evidence to what they say. It makes no sense scientifically. And there's nothing except their fantasies. Their fantasy. Well, people have seen it. Yeah, well, people lie too, and people make up things as well. Or people fantasize things, and then they say, oh, I saw a Bigfoot running 100 miles an hour. Really? Let's break down the nitty-gritty to that.
Now, I would agree that they probably have superhuman speed, meaning they can run faster than a human could. But 100 miles an hour, that's probably stretching it just a bit.
Faster than a cheetah.
That's pretty fast. Well, a cheetah runs about 70, 72, 75.
Yeah, then they're all going to go in the woods, form a circle, hold hands, and sing Kumbaya.
Yes. While they protect the aliens from dinosaurs.
I mean, you want to talk about...
primates are separated, and matter of fact, mammals are separated.
See, Miller's has been a lot of French tonight. Yeah, true. I apologize.
Yeah, mammals are separated from dinosaurs with about 65 million years between them. So I kind of doubt the aliens had to worry about. I don't know. But I did see this movie called 65, where this alien crash landed on Earth. Back when the dinosaurs were... I
have no doubt, Laurie, that these creatures exist. I've seen 2 of them. No doubt. Yeah. But none of them have done anything. I mean, I saw a Bigfoot run off, and it ran off, a little one, a younger one run off, and it ran off pretty damn fast, but it was no 100 miles an hour. No.
That's a little bit much to accept there. It is. 100 miles an hour.
Right.
I don't think so.
Protecting the aliens from dinosaurs. While they mine the gold.
Goony. Yeah, thanks, Boris.
I'll take whatever they're smoking.
Well, there was a man, and I'm sorry, I have a little bit of brain damage, and I can't recall his name off the top of my head because it's been several years since I viewed his documentary. But his theory was that the Bigfoot, or Sasquatch, were the original inhabitants of Earth, and that we humans are the aliens. Yes. You know who I'm talking about, right, Steve? I can't think of his name. It's not there. I'm sorry, it's not there.
It's okay.
But yeah, we humans are aliens because we're built so different from primitive man and Bigfoot.
But we're not. If you think about it, 98.6% of our DNA is the same as a chimpanzee. How do you figure that?
It's not that much of a stretch, right? To see we're related, but
that was a really bad shot.
Steve Curious Cryptid says, Chris, compared to the people talking about multidimensional big feet, you do not have any meaningful brain damage. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate you, buddy. Oh man. But yeah, it was an interesting presentation that he did, and it's been several years ago that I watched it. That's why his name is not fresh on my mind. But it was interesting. Woogie Planet.
Well, we don't want to say Kajik too often here. We might get copyright strike for that too.
Well, if Bigfoot came here from another planet, you know, the question I have is why haven't they nuked us out of existence? If they are that much ahead of us technologically,
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to use the Chewbacca defense on this one. You know, if Bigfoot was a Wookiee, they live on a planet called Kashyyyk. Now, why would they be here on Earth? That makes no sense.
Right.
That's the Chewbacca defense here, folks. And that's actually a thing now. If you Google the Chewbacca defense, that's actually a thing attorneys use. And that was inspired by South Park.
Oh, man.
I just don't understand. And why these people, with a straight face, talk to the reporters like that. And they even said, you know, they even called them an eccentric couple.
Right.
You know.
Well,
that's a nice word for crazy.
You know, I can understand that everybody has their own opinions, and it's fine. It's fine.
But when you say that, that's right. Stephen Barstow, aliens lock their doors when they fly by Earth.
I would. Oh man. Yeah, you can have your own. You can have your own theory. And Eric Beckshard, perfect example. He had a theory, covered everything. You know, doesn't matter. They can be from another dimension, so anything goes, right? Well,
these folks have tied in the craziness of the UFO world into the cryptid world. Yeah, a lot of them have, and you see, they all sit around and fantasize and come up with totally hyperbole instead of looking. And they're the same folks that think every tree bend in the forest is a Sasquatch. Oh, look at this tree bend. Look at this tree bend. Look at that tree structure. Look at that tree structure.
I think, if they've got that good of imagination, they could probably be writers for Hollywood. Lord knows they need some.
Well, the other interesting thing is that looks like the Battlestar Galactica a little bit, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It really does. And I bet you it could be, we have a new theory now that this is really the Battlestar Galactica because there are some believe that life here began out there. You're a Battlestar Galactica nerd too, aren't you? Yeah.
Sure am. That series was one of the best series ever. The one in the 90s. Yep.
It was.
And how they ended it was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
But yes.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
My box on the decided to talk for whatever reason.
That's great.
That's great.
But, Eric Beckshard had the theory that the Bigfoot went invisible when they were walking inside cities so they wouldn't cause traffic accidents.
And they can walk through walls.
It's very convenient, very nice. Bigfoots are evidently concerned about causing traffic accidents. So That's very kind of them. And I added on to that theory by explaining that, well, that must explains the missing feces. They probably go invisible, and then they do that, and so there's no poop anywhere.
Everywhere.
It's all visible. It's all invisible.
So that's my thing. How were Bigfoot equipped to? How were the Bigfoot equipped to defend the aliens from dinosaurs? How were they?
For everybody listening on the podcast, Kaiju Ninja 1985 said Bigfoot killed the dinosaurs. We got another conspiracy theory here.
That's it. Remember, the cows are aliens because they were abducted by them in the 70s as well.
Kaiju Ninja's theory is just as valid as any of these you have on screen right now.
That's right.
Oh, man. Yeah, Danny.
Yeah, there's a good one. Yeah. Oops, sorry. Yeah. Danny Week said, had a guy at the swap meet the other day say, I've been in the woods 40 years, and if they were real, I would have seen one. Then he followed it up with, I've only seen a mountain lion once. Exactly.
Yeah. That's a good comparison there. You don't really know.
Kaiju Ninja says, I could have said the platypus killed the dinosaurs, but that would be crazy. Of course, the Bigfoot killing the dinosaurs makes much more sense to me.
Yes, right. But, you got to give it to the platypus, too. I mean, they are venomous creatures. So it's very possible they could have had a larger impact on the dinosaurs than the Bigfoot. The Bigfoot.
But not as large as an impact as that asteroid did.
Yes. Very true.
So that's my point. If they were around during the dinosaurs, why weren't the Bigfoot killed off with everything else on the flipping planet when that asteroid hit?
Yeah. Well, of course, they probably climbed on the spaceships and then, zoomed on back to wherever the aliens took the gold. Just like in Cowboys and Aliens.
They hit their
Danny. Come right in there. What a great question. Is there a platypus vaccine?
Well, that is a good question of the night. I think we should consult our good friends over at ChatGPT. Is there a platypus?
I guess it would be anti-venom.
Anti-venom.
Yeah.
And we will read that answer coming up now, which is a beautiful thing. Okay, here it is. There is currently no anti-venom specifically for platypus venom. Platypus venom delivered by spurs on the hind legs of males causes intense pain that can persist for days to months. The venom itself contains a mix of proteins that are not typically lethal to humans, but can be extremely painful and difficult to manage. Treatment for a platypus sting is mainly supportive, focusing on pain relief through methods like local anesthetics, nerve blocks, and strong pain medications.
Oh, man, those Australians got to be tough.
There you have it.
Yeah, if you get platypus venom in you, you just got to tough it out. Those guys are tough. Here, just take a couple aspirin. You'll be all right. Rub some Soltis on it. Oh, man.
Unreal.
But, that's just another example of our awesome audience coming up with a really great question and a fun fact. I don't think ChatGTP is going to know that one. Is there a Bigfoot vaccine?
Well, welcome to the Lazy Cowboy. I see he's in chat as well.
Yes.
This is Laurie Gibbs and Bristol made it in. Obviously, Curious Cryptid. Some of the folks we missed earlier. Probably a few more that I'm missing right now. Bat Mom is in the house too. Boris Khan. Hello, everybody. Good to see you tonight. Thanks for stopping by.
If you haven't been to Lazy Cowboy's channel and checked out the Patterson Gimlin film footage from Patty's point of view, you need to go see that. It's great. I really loved it.
Great flipping job.
It's awesome. And yeah, it just blew me away. Now, somebody mentioned it. I can't remember what show it was on earlier, a couple shows ago or something. And so I wrote it down. And after the show, I went and looked it up on YouTube, and I was like, "Wow, who would have thunk?" Okay.
So Lazy Cowboy, I'm gonna reach out to you this week. I want to get you on the show. We can talk about your channel and some of the stuff you're doing. So that'd be awesome.
Definitely visit that channel and watch that video and subscribe. Hit the like button.
That's right.
Awesome work. Awesome work. First, nobody's done that. Nobody's done that. Cool stuff.
That's what we like, thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
The only thing that was missing was Patty walking by going, "Hey!"
But he even got when she did the head turn, look back. It was cool. It was cool. I was like, "Oh wow, man, awesome." Different perspective, and that's sometimes what it takes. You have to look at a mystery from a different perspective. And awesome example. Awesome.
Yes, we got the grumpy Bigfoot and the grumpy Steve.
Yeah.
Strange. I'm not wearing different shirt, same hat. I have other different reaction photos.
You don't look as grumpy now, so that's good. That's good. But man, that's just part of it. I think it's just part of it. And there's always going to be those people that do that kind of thing.
Yep, just working on
something. Comments are killing me, but I'm not going to read them off. But it has to do with the platypus again, and I think they're thinking about the same remedy as for a jellyfish sting, and that may be a possibility. I don't know. With no antivenom available for the platypus, I would probably try some of the same things that you use on a jellyfish sting. Could work. At the worst, what's going to happen?
So
make it worse. Yeah.
So I will say this. So we've added 5 new channels to our audio listenership there. Spreaker, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podbay, and Podchaser.
Oh.
Those are all our new ones.
Wow.
The sad thing about it is we can't monetize any of them because apparently Spreaker is telling me that mine can't be monetized due to copyright infringement. And I'm like, what the, they're trying to say I don't own the podcast or something. But yet now I've gotten over that one hurdle. And of course, you know what? I emailed their technical support, their user support, and I've also emailed them. Yeah. We usually respond in 12 hours. It's been 3 days, folks. 3 days. But that's okay because you know what? I don't care about being monetized necessarily on the audio channels as much as YouTube because we do a lot of content that brings people to the YouTube channel to come over and watch us. And so for those that are coming off, for those on, Spreaker and Deezer and Podcast Addict, Podbay, Podchaser, or even one of the newer ones like Wolf Rock Radio or the Sirius XM app, if you're hearing stuff that you need to see, just come on over to the YouTube channel at Squatch-D TV. And
well, it sounds like they're doing their parts, everything they can do to keep the Bigfoot researchers down.
But that's okay because we do have some new affiliates we'll be using real soon.
Yeah.
And so very soon we'll be doing some affiliate stuff. So we're running our own commercials on our shows as well. It'll give us a chance to, a lot of times when we do this show where it's, either an hour of straight, just go, or 2 hours of go. Now we're going to be able to break it up every half hour or so and just breathe a bit. So
Well, yeah. When you start to get old like me, a break every now and then is probably good.
I think it'd be too long of a break, Chris.
Yeah.
Give us a chance to reset.
Yeah.
Or get the office assistant a treat, or
right. And I do have to refill my ski every now and then, and my large cup that Jared got me. Jared, been using this thing for years. Love it. Used to I would drink out of a glass, and my ice would melt within like 15 minutes, and then I'm drinking half water.
Yes.
The old stainless steel insulated cup that Buddy Boy got me. That thing will keep ice in it overnight, no problem.
Right. Exactly. So, but one other thing.
Great.
There is one other graphic I want to pop up, but I got to find it. And of course, there it is. And that will be tomorrow.
Oh, Collar City Paracon.
Yep, it's at Troy Public Library. I'll be there tomorrow morning from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Right. I'll be presenting tomorrow. I'm a last-minute add-on to that. So that's at 100 2nd Street in Troy, New York. I'll be there. I'll be doing a book signing as well. So we have that going on tomorrow as well. So I'll be up early tomorrow and out the door by 9.
Boy, that alien in the middle there, boy, he could sure see the heck out of you. He's got like 6 eyes.
Sure. Turns around. He's got a brown eye too.
That's a cool graphic. Oh.
Yes. I've managed to create all these graphics. This is actually my own graphic that I made for the Paracon. And so check us out tomorrow. Hanging around with some of the paranormal peeps. But my foray into the paranormal, I actually was next to the guy who was organizing this, and he had a last minute speaker drop out. He says, "Hey, you want to fill in? You want to?" Yeah, sure thing. So off I go. So,
well, great opportunity, especially to meet some new people. And
Steve Miller, I would love you to.
Yeah, Steve, stop by, man. Yep. Did we read out the address?
Likely not. Yes, it's 100 2nd Street, Troy, New York. Okay. Right at the...
For you guys listening on the podcast, 100 2nd Street, Troy, New York. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come by and meet Steve. Or heckle him, whatever you want to do.
Kaiju Ninja asks, am I going to bring up any topics from tonight? Likely no. Likely no. Tomorrow will be more of an informational thing. I'll have some of the casts out. I haven't quite figured out what particular presentation I'm using. I have probably, and Chris knows this, I probably have like 24 presentations for public consumption. Yeah. And then I save every single presentation I do for these shows. So the slides I can use from shows if I need to use those as well. So
roll the dice, and whichever the number comes up on, do that presentation.
Yep. And I'm doing very well now that if anybody's wondering, I started physical therapy last week, and I was in physical therapy yesterday. So I'm actually doing a lot better than I have been doing. I'm starting to get my strength up a little bit.
Good.
And adjusted to the new way of life. And pretty soon I'll be hitting the gym again.
And slop up with the biofreeze.
Yeah. Amen to that.
Magic in a tube. Magic in a bottle.
Yes. But so that's what we have going on Sunday night. What do we got going on Sunday night? Well, we got a bunch of stuff that we'll be talking about as well. But we'll save that for Sunday, and because like Jay Carey said, is you never know what we're going to do on a show. We kind of have great titles to get people intrigued, come in and we talk about it. So we appreciate y'all hanging in there and sticking with us.
Yeah, I enjoyed the Patterson Gimlin show we did. Unfortunately, demonetized it, but I thought it was a great show.
Temporarily, it's under dispute. Remember, it's under dispute. So,
I enjoyed the one I'm sorry, Steve, but the one we did with Eric Beckchert, the replay of the old show, I really loved that.
Kaiju Ninja asks, have you ever been to the Pacific Northwest to investigate? I have been. I've been to the Dalles.
I have not. I've been there, but I wasn't investigating any Bigfoot sightings. I was thinking about it, but
yep.
Love the area. Love the area. I love.
I know we were in an area, and I was with another researcher, and Joey Lowell, and we were getting rocks thrown at us from up on the
wow.
Coast. So could never see what was throwing the rocks.
Yeah.
But you know, we're sitting there, and every once in a while, you know, landing near us would be a rock. Like,
well, if you've never been to Washington State or Oregon State, you got to check it out. I mean, sure, yeah, Northern California too, but Washington and Oregon, man, you're driving along and you go up a mountain for a long time.
Sure do.
And then when you get on top of that mountain, you look around you, and everywhere you see is trees and forest. It's just incredible.
Speaking is one last thing. Speaking about the Pacific Northwest, the U.S. Geological Survey started putting sensors on Mount Adams because it's starting to have a big increase in earthquakes.
Oh, yeah.
And that is like one of the closer volcanic mountains. One of the closer dormant volcanoes next to Mount St. Helens. So it's possible that one is starting to spin up to erupt as well. So,
oh man, that's all we need. That's all we need.
Yeah.
But,
it's the end of times. Next thing you know, it'll start raining frogs, and
I think we would be okay if Mount Adams goes, but like if Yellowstone goes, oh wow, it's like that 2012 movie.
Well, you know, the thing about it is you know, those chains are all connected to Yellowstone too. So when they spout off, they're actually, you know, letting some of that pressure off of Yellowstone as well. So
I love Yellowstone, love the area, but you know, the whole time I'm driving there, while I'm driving to Yellowstone in the cauldron, I'm like, I can't help but think in the back of my mind, I'm driving through a volcano cauldron right now.
If
it blew up right now, I would not make it. You know?
So, well, Chris, it's that time to take us out.
Yeah. Okay. Guys, thank you. We appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with us. We always say it and always mean it. You guys are the best Bigfoot audience we could ever hope to have.
We love you guys.
It's only possible because of you. And we know that, and we appreciate you, and thank you for it. But make sure you join us Sunday night, Wednesdays and Fridays. And if it's your first time watching, I think I saw a few new names. If it's your first time watching, remember to subscribe to the channel. And if you hadn't already, punch that like button on the way out. Thank you, guys.
Yes, and as far as I'm concerned, we had a good time. I feel a lot better getting it off my chest and talking to our friends out there in the audience. And we love you guys. You guys are the best audience out there. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. Last one out, turn the lights off, please. We want to save on electricity. And you know, we will be back here Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern for an all-new Squatch-D TV. And be safe out there. Have a good Saturday, folks. And may the platypus be with you. We'll see you all later.
We thank you for being here with us on Squatch-D TV. If you haven't taken the time yet, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And oh yes, hit that notification bell too. We don't want you to miss anything. If you really like our content, you should consider becoming a member, and it's really inexpensive and a great way to support not only the show, but honest Bigfoot research. Everyone have a great week. Be safe and God bless. We will see you all here next time on Squatch-D TV. Keep on squatching.